It's actually the first time she's ever joined me in a video. See how long it lasts. Yo, it's your boy Cherry Hunts Figs, and I'm back with another weekly review. This one was super packed. It's a little bit delayed, again, per usual, because I was waiting for my very last package of the week to come in, and that came on Sunday, very, very late. So let's go and jump straight into the weekly review. I have quite a few figures here, some inbox. I mean, it's a whole video in itself. So just buckle up. So I mean, I guess the first place we can start is I grabbed quite a few loosies this time around. So to start off, I mainly grab loosies if I need one off inside my collection or something like that. But depending on what kind of loosie it is, I will pick it up. And let me just go ahead and dive straight into these 5. Of course, these are 5 loose Daniel Bryan basics. This isn't technically an elite. Like, this is one of these Disco Inferno-esque figures. I picked these up because I just needed the head sculpts. I'm working on just a bunch of new custom Bryans for the shelf. I'm really testing out the painting skills on these because, if anything, I mean, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, for the most part, like, Daniel Bryan's gear was like fairly simple as far as colors. It was either like maroon or it was red. There really wasn't many other colors. There was a couple times he wore the green or whatever, but he really didn't have the different looks in WWE. So those are easy enough to paint over. I figured that I'd pick them up. In worst case scenario, if things don't work out, I can go ahead and pop the heads off these and make a few more customs just with other bodies. I don't really need to dive into it. This is more like, here's the lot. Like, I'm not going to show you each individual Daniel Bryan. Then some other loosies that I grabbed. I grabbed a few Mattel figures. This is an Ezekiel Jackson basic. I picked this up. I really wanted the head sculpt. It's a solid head sculpt, so I can go ahead and make an elite. Basically just picking up loosies at this point to make customs. Like, I don't know, I'm just really on a kick for it right now. So Ezekiel Jackson basic. And then I grabbed this rock. I grabbed it because I really needed these pants. I think I read online or saw somebody post that these are just Build-A-Figure legs, which, like, looks wise, they kind of look like it, but I didn't know if it was because this is an actual elite. So I need these legs. I figured I could use these. These are taller Build-A-Figure legs in a sense as far as look, so I could probably put this on somebody else. And I don't need another rock figure in my collection. This one's pretty scuffed up anyways. Pop the head sculpt off of it. Keep this torso, maybe get that tattoo off. I don't know. And then I got this Kevin Nash basic. Got it because it's basically for the NWO shelf. At this point, I'm collecting and creating customs for the NWO, so I'm going to create its own shelf at this point. Probably going to go on the wall instead of the bookcase. I have the Scott Hall that came with this already in the collection, so I needed to pick this up. And honestly, it's a pretty solid figure. Like, I really like the pants. The length of these legs are crazy. And then, of course, in the regular flow of things, I picked up some Jakks figures. So first Jakks figure I picked up from a Whatnot stream, Tommy Dreamer. It's a great head sculpt. I could definitely use that. I grabbed Chuck Palumbo. Comes with the headband already on it. So if you know this 2-pack, it comes with the Billy, but the Billy doesn't have a headband on. So there's Chuck with his headband. I need that head. I can go and throw it on another body. I hate these figures. I can't remember which ones these are. Are these the R3s? I just can't stand these figures. Like, I just don't like, I don't like the, what is this? Hey, bro. What, bro? I don't know. I hate these figures, but I like the head sculpt, so I'm going to keep that. And then, keeping in the same theme, I also grabbed Rico. Rico might be a little bit more difficult for a custom because I don't really want to paint, like, you know, zebra or cheetah pants or whatever, leopard pants on a custom because it might just look sloppy. But I don't really want to find soft goods pants either because then it becomes a doll at a certain point. But it's a great head sculpt. Use this from this Jakks figure. Then I got a little Eugene action. And then I got a Tyson Tomko figure. I saw this like laying in a collection. It was like $5. No one else wanted it. I literally went into this Whatnot stream and I just started scooping up pieces because they had great head sculpts. This one has a little bit of like gray exposure, so I could probably just kind of like paint over that a little bit. I gotta find decals of his tattoos because his tattoos are what make him. Like if you just showed me like some guy with just that head, I'd be like, oh, is that the lead singer of Disturbed? The lead singer of Disturbed was a wrestler? I didn't know that. But the tattoos definitely make it Tomko. Very happy about this. $5. Can't complain. Next up, another thing I grabbed off a Whatnot purchase. And I completely forgot about this one. But as you guys know, I collect certain Major Bendies from Collect Major. Because they're small enough where you can cover an entire wall with so many of them. But there are so many that come out that I can't get invested into that as well. I'm already knee deep inside the Big Rubber Guys game. So I can't do that with the Major Bendies. But the Steph DeLander Major Bendies, they have really been the ones that I've been after. I got the very first one at a GCW show here in Arizona. Got to meet her after the show, got it autographed, whatever. And that really got the Major Bendies collection started. I believe that was my first one. Previously, I've shown you I got the Indiana Jones-esque Major Bendie of SDL, but this is her most recent one. This one's on the black card, autographed. I mean, it's a clean autograph, but I am not a fan of the blue. I wish it was a different color. So I might take another shell off another Bendy that I have and go get it autographed in a different color because blue is just not, it's not doing it for me. Still gonna hang it up on the wall, don't get me wrong, because, you know, I have the other two autographed already. I feel like white would look sick with this, but like, is white too much? Would yellow pop? Would a nice pink be good? I just feel like blue is a little bit too dark for it to be on a black card and everything. Great signature, very clean, great figure. Very excited to have it in my collection, but I wish it was a different color autograph. The next few things I grabbed while I was out and about. I had a couple extra Target gift cards and I didn't realize it. And then I had a bunch of Target discounts one day. So there were a few figures on the app that were on sale. So I went ahead and hopped on there and I put in an order for a pickup because normally I wouldn't pay full price for anything like this because it's just like, it's not worth it for me as far as what I need in my collection. But since I already had some dedicated or allocated funds for Target and some deals that were already going on at the time, I went ahead and maximized that. So I hopped on that and I picked up the Evolution 3-pack. It comes with the Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista. Like I don't need this in my collection. This is like a great Ruthless Aggression setup for sure. But I'm not. I mean, I didn't need it. Like it's great, but I could definitely nitpick this more than I could tell you why I needed it in my collection. I'm not a fan of the cloth ties that they put on them. Like it's just now it looks like a doll, and like they're not even like good. So there's that. Triple H, it's got the thumbs up, obviously, which is also the thumbs down. It comes with an additional head sculpt where he's smiling, going, yeah. And then it's him looking at him going like this, no. And then it's, you know. And then it shows Orton's face when he's happy after he wins. And then it shows his frayed face when he realizes he's getting the thumbs down. It's when Batista puts him up on his shoulders and then slams him. I think the best part about this is Batista's head sculpt. The hair is killing me. The hair on that is killing me. It looks like AC Slater somehow, but yeah, I mean, I think it was like in total, I paid like $32 or something, like with taxes and all that. So $32, you gotta look at that. That's like 10, 11 bucks per figure. Not bad at all. So had to scoop that up. Now I'm gonna throw that on the shelf. And if anything, I could always sell off the accessories or use the body as fodder. But very happy that I was able to scoop that for so low. Speaking of figures for so low, while I was out and about and hitting that Target, I went ahead and stopped next door over at Ross. And of course, if you're an action figure collector, or, you know, specifically, I guess, a wrestling action figure collector, then you have recently been hearing about Ross being kind of a cheap hub for certain figures that just kind of pop up. So I scooped up quite a few. So just to show off real quick, I got a basic Seth Rollins. Look, I mean, Seth Rollins is toyetic, but like I don't need a basic Seth Rollins in my collection, so I'm essentially just going to be using these for like Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson customs. They're similar body size, they're similar gear as far as the boots and the knee pads and everything, so they're like easy enough for me to take care of. But yeah, that's got that. I also got this Rey Mysterio. This one wasn't a Ross pickup. It's way too old to be a Ross pickup, but this was just sitting in my pile of basics, and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't even remember having this in my collection. I don't remember picking this up, anything. I don't remember who I got this from, but a little orange Rey Mysterio, I kind of like that. I can dig it. And then we have a Series 153 Rhea Ripley. And all these basics were $3.99. $4 for a basic. Even if you don't need it, you might as well grab it. So I picked that up, $4 a pop, not too bad, but I wasn't done there. So of course I started scoping around even more, and the Ross that I was in, it was not well organized. Like, it was chaos all over the shelves. Nothing is in order in the toy area whatsoever, so I'm basically just sifting through 4 rows of just piled in crap that nobody wants. But time and dedication that you put into it, sometimes it pays off. So I picked up those basics, and then I also started seeing online that people were finding elites at Ross. So I actually came across Jimmy Uso, Series 114. I actually don't have this one in the collection, and I know somewhere down the line I'm probably going to end up building a bloodline display of some sort, or have like a dedicated area where like we could show off the bloodline, because it is really the most invested I've been in wrestling in so many years. Like, even past the 4 or 5 years it's been happening, even before that, like, this is very captivating for me. So I'll probably end up putting everything up on display. So it's not bad to grab one. $9.99 for an Elite, and the box is in, you know, I mean, basically like perfect condition, aside from like me just kind of knocking it around. This is in great condition. So $9.99 for a figure that I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to spend full price on. I'm not going to pass that one up either. And then I'm not going to lie, that's not all I got from Ross. Now, granted, I didn't just go to that one Ross. I stopped by another one as well. One that I know to have been a lot more organized each time that I've gone there. So I stopped by there real quick, went ahead and hit their small little tiny toy section that they had. But go figure, the tiny toy section that they had was majority of what I was looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow right through these because there are so many and it's not even worth being stuck on. So scoot these to the side. Mind you, I did all this in like one day. Like, I mean, this was like maybe a 30-minute trip in total. So quite a few AEW figures, and I only scooped them up because they were $4, okay? And a few of these that are in here, they're not all from Ross. So I just want to go through, I just want to grab the ones that are from Ross real quick. These ones over here, these are the ones that I grabbed independently from my Ross trip during this day. But just to kind of run through what I grabbed. I walked in, saw this Kenny Omega. I like this Kenny Omega just because of like the deco, like the attire. I love the jacket. And it kind of matches similar to the lampshade Young Bucks figures that I have on the AEW shelf currently. Honestly, I think I'm going to replace the Supreme that I have up there, probably with this figure. But yeah, pick that up. Come on. $3.99, bro. Another figure that I picked up. Look at this Sammy. I think I already had this Sammy in the collection. I guess I don't really need another one in this attire. It's kind of temporary, so I can get rid of the body, or I can put it on somebody else. But I can take the head sculpts. If anything, worst case scenario, you pick these up for $4 and you can use the body or the head sculpts or the other pieces for something else. Also, the long game is definitely the one that I won with this. So this is the Corazon de Leon Chris Jericho figure. You know, back in the day when he was first starting with wrestling, when he was in Mexico. This is an atrocious face scan. Obviously, they can't scan his face now because he's not, 19 or whatever it is anymore. I really wanted this figure, but I couldn't justify paying full price for it. So sure enough, found it at Ross, $3.99, threw that inside the cart. And while I was there, of course, you gotta grab yourself an Adam Page. His body can be used for a lot of things. I've made a few different customs with it. It comes with quite a few cans, so good accessories. $4, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one. Why wouldn't I? And then one would say to themselves, what else do they have here? Double down, buddy. Go ahead and get yourself another Hangman Adam Page, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with having 2 Hangman Adam Pages in box. Look at all those accessories. Now, I've got myself a 6er, brother, all right? I got a 6-pack. There's 3 cans in here, 3 cans in here. It's gonna be a good night with these 2 Hangmans I got. And then, what'd you think, we were gonna party? Just us? We're bringing a second Cortisone de Leon, Chris Jericho, to the party. So we've got enough brewskis to go around. Basically just like a frat house party. It's just me, the 2 Adams, 2 Chris's. We're just sitting here getting schwigged, you know what I'm saying? Just taking a brewski to the face. No big deal. And then just blowing through these, a couple other ones that I got. I came across another Bryan Danielson. I picked this up because I need the white t-shirt. When in doubt, if I could find a Bryan Danielson for super cheap, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. I think this was like $7. I can't remember where I grabbed it from, but it was $7. Not bad. Oh yeah, one more thing. I have another Hangman. Yeah. I have another Hangman. So, I mean, that's uno, dos, tres Hangman. So many Hangmen. Yo, we are hanging, man. Look, just a bunch of hung men. And then last but not least, grab this Iron Sheik Retro. I don't remember where I grabbed it from. I think it was from the Facebook group, but I mean, it was on card. It was like $11. So on card, $11, something I can open up real quick. And it's another one that I can throw on the shelf. The retro shelf is coming along well. It's actually the retro Detolf. The Detolf has basically become just the retro setup. Like every shelf is gonna be only retros. And now I got the Iron Sheik I could throw on there. So I'm looking at my collection. I already have the Braun. I already have the Iron Sheik, obviously. I have the Zack Ryder. I can't see whether or not I have Jeff, but Jeff would be the last one I need from this series. So yeah, another one down. Now you might be saying to yourself, why does this look a little bit different? He was wearing a different shirt just a second ago. His hair looks a little bit different. The lights look a little bit different. What's going on here? Here's what happened. While I was filming the weekly review, I ran out of space. So the video cut off, didn't realize it. I continued on past that, did a whole closing and everything. And then when I stood up and I looked, it said that it was full and stopped recording. So I had to go back and I had to do this, make this part of the video and add it in at the end, just so I could tell you, thank you for joining me on this week's weekly review. It's your boy Cherry Huns Figs. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video, all that other stuff that YouTubers tell us to do, whatever the case is. And I'll see you on the next one, hopefully in one take.